Gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic.
Hey everybody, I've got Miranda. How you doing, Miranda?
Hi, I'm fantastic.
Miranda is fantastic, and she's from Pepperdine as well, studying at Pepperdine. And we've got a couple beautiful young ladies in the back from Miami. And this does play in Miami, girls, just so you know. But, you know, we're not going to get into any trouble. No. Actually, we almost got into trouble because I picked these young ladies up in a red zone, and the police were right behind me. And luckily, I didn't get pulled over. There's so many rules out there, everybody. You know, if you see a ambulance or a police car and you don't stop, you can get a ticket. One time I slowed down and pulled over, but I didn't stop completely. I got pulled over.
Oh my gosh.
And if I wasn't Dr. Fantastic, I would have been in a lot of trouble. Ladies, I am known as Dr. Fantastic because I'm going to give you guys the prescription for a happier and longer life. And I gave it to Miranda. And what do you think about that prescription?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I didn't read it because I don't read in the car.
No. The prescription was
Oh.
to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? Because you reduce stress by saying that word.
And you live longer.
Okay, ladies, I want you guys to do an experiment. Look at one another right now. Look in each other's eyes, and say, "I am fantastic."
I'm fantastic. Oh, fantastic.
How's that feel?
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel great?
Feels good. Yeah.
It feels. Most people say it feels fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it releases. Once it releases stress that you have, if you have any stress, ladies. Also, it makes you smile, which makes you feel good and live longer, because it reduces stress. And it's a fantastic word. Guess what the word means in the dictionary? I don't think I taught you that yet.
Feelings of positive energy and happiness, maybe.
That's a good that's a good explanation. Actually, in the dictionary, the word fantastic is defined as unimaginably good and beautiful.
Oh,
And that's up. So that's kind of neat.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. And so you have a goal. What was your goal again in life?
I don't have like a main goal, but maybe just to be happy and successful and live in a place that makes me smile every day.
Where would that be, you think?
Prague, Czech Republic.
Really?
It's a nice city.
Yeah.
You've been there?
I studied abroad and interned abroad, and I just found out today that I'm gonna do a 1-week global program for Pepperdine there in
No
April.
way.
So I'm so happy.
fantastic.
That is
Yeah, fantastic.
That is fantastic.
I love Prague.
Yeah.
I want you to be my pen pal,
Yeah.
and we'll do some interviews when you're in Prague. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I've got a few people traveling around the world, and I always say try to stay in touch, but you know everyone loses direction, you know, so to speak. You know, I think we're gonna jump on the freeway here. It's probably what it's telling us to do today. But wow, that is exciting. And do they pay for that, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's totally paid for except for the flight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hotel, food, businesses we're going to visit, so that should be really nice.
Wow. I haven't been to Prague, I don't think.
What do you study?
Global business. I'm getting my master's right now.
And your undergraduate was what?
Communication and finance. Yeah.
Global business. There is a lot of global business going out there.
Absolutely.
What do you ladies do?
Well, we're retired.
What did you do?
I'm a CPA.
Okay, so you know about global business.
And I used to be a chemistry professor.
Oh, wow. Not regarding schooling, but see this building here, ladies, right there?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever watched the show Survivor?
Yes, a little.
Okay, when you're a contestant, applying to be a contestant, you spend a week in that hotel. And one of the things that you're not allowed to do during that week is never say hello to anyone.
Oh,
Because when you're in the show and you're off camera, you can't talk to anybody. Because the whole show is being recorded, and it's a survival thing, right? So if you talk, then and it's not recorded, it's cheating, and so that's not allowed. So that one of the tests is that you're not in an elevator or anywhere else. When someone says hello, you say hello to them, and of course you eat alone. You do everything alone, but you go through psychological and physical testing there to see if you're going to be a contestant. And I actually did that for a week. That's why I speak of it.
That's why you know.
That's why I know. And Mark Burnett, who's the producer, sat with me, and they really wanted me to be on the show. They liked me. but I've done too many things. They said, Monty, just pick one of the things you've done. You know, don't tell everyone all the things. And it just didn't work out. But then they called me after I was picked a couple times and unpicked, because I think they really want someone to melt down and be a basket case, you know, for entertainment purposes.
Right, for shock value.
Exactly. So they called me about a week later after they disqualified me and said, would you like to be in the Amazing Race, which is a race around the world where you get to stay in hotels, not freeze to death, right?
Yeah.
And I said, sure. They said, well, it's with your wife. I go, well, she'll never go for it. And they go, humor us. And we did a 3-way call. And I called my wife at work. They go, you know, this is Amazing Race people on the phone. They want to know if you want to go with me around the world. She goes, sure. And I go, so I was shocked. I've been married 38 years. It was probably 30 years at the time. And I couldn't believe she said yes. So they started asking her a few questions. And they said, do we detect an accent? She goes, yeah, I'm from France. And they go, you can't go then. Because that would give us an advantage in France. I mean, even if you took French in school, you know, it doesn't make much sense to me. So I said, well, can I bring my girlfriend then? So I didn't go, but that would have been fun. But you guys are retired, traveling around, having fun? That is fantastic.
We work at it.
Yeah, well, do you go on cruises?
Sometimes, but we still like the inside tours.
Yeah,
You don't see as much. We do one once in a while, but real tours to countries, you get a sense of places.
Meet the people, yeah. I tell people, and I encourage young people especially, to travel before they get buttoned down with a career.
Yeah.
And the reason being is, when you travel, I tell people to travel alone. Because when you travel alone, you meet a lot more people. And all the decisions you make are yours. Right? Now, sometimes you guys might not agree on where we're going to eat, where we're going to go, what we're going to do. But that, you know, hopefully you're agreeing on everything. And having a fantastic time doing it. See, we're here on the planet for a very, very short time. And I tell people, you got to squeeze as much time out of the day as you can. You know, try not to sleep that much. Imagine we sleep a third of our lives. That's a little ridiculous. I don't think we need to sleep 8 hours a day. I don't believe that.
So how much do you sleep?
Sleep? I don't sleep. Yeah, sometimes I sleep. Actually, I couldn't believe it this morning. An alarm actually woke me up. The alarm never wakes me up. I'll wake up an hour or two before the alarm. And right now, I'm kind of retired as well. So I like to jump out of bed and meet new people. And driving 3 beautiful women down this road is my idea of happiness. You know? It can't be beat. It can't be beat. So what were we going to talk about, Miranda? Miranda, what a great name that is.
Thank you. My mom says it means adored one.
Adored one?
Yeah.
Well, they also have the police use, it's called the Miranda rights.
Oh, yeah.
You heard of that?
Uh-huh.
I think that's, you have the right to remain silent. And you do have the right now to remain silent. And everything you do and say will be used on this videotape. And so then I finally went to, after they arrested me. By the way, that video got over 550 views so far. People really enjoyed it. It's pretty funny. I got the police to videotape me getting out of the car with handcuffs because I wanted it for my show. Ladies, every day I do a video on my YouTube channel, Be Fantastic, and it's an app as well, and it's all about pollinating positivity and cultivating civility. You guys might agree there's not much civility out there.
We need a lot of that.
We need both of those things.
Yes.
And I'm on a mission to make it so. This last weekend was a little difficult for me because I don't get a whole lot of views on my YouTube channel because it's not really entertainment. It's more infotainment. And I guess most people would rather see people eating with mukbang. What's it called? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Mukbang, whatever. Or seeing topless women than to make the world a more civil place. But it is what it is. You have to accept that.
I would show my family this once I see it.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing anything bad. You know, we're just talking about positivity. Do you have any questions for the professor, by the way? Now, as the professor of positivity, I'm possibly and practically the most positive person on the planet. So, and I answer most questions in a for not being an educated person, as I went to the school of hard knocks, I have pretty much answers to most everybody's problem. Do you ladies agree that through the generations and through the centuries, there's no new questions. It's usually about a relationship, about money, about love, about life, about existence.
True. Yeah.
You know, there's new answers sometimes, but I don't think there's any new questions because we're learning more about science. I love on my podcast. I love interviewing scientists, inventors, quantum physicists, and it's just I want to learn something new every day. I really do. And when I hitchhiked around the world, I learned something from everyone I met.
Wow.
And that was quite exciting. I traveled by myself at 17, and that's how I got my education. Just meeting a bunch of people.
How long did you do that?
I did it for about 2 years. I didn't make it quite all the way around, but I made it through about 35 countries, about 35 states. I've forgotten most of them, of course. But I had a lot of fun. One of my most fun jobs was in Switzerland. I stopped there for the winter of '72, and I ran a snow machine. And Davos Platz is known as having the best air on the planet. And there's this little village that all the asthma doctors around the world would send their clients to so they could breathe fresh air. And then they discovered, probably in the 70s, that it was surrounded by 5 gorgeous mountains that were filled with snow. And it's now a famous ski resort.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've worked in 81 different professions, ladies,
Oh, wow.
around the
Right,
world.
everything.
A little of everything. And that's what's added. I think that's what's added to my being a motivational speaker. You know, because I found positivity in every one of them. Any questions for the professor, ladies? Young lady? Any questions? No questions?
I don't know. Like, it's hard to think of a question.
Yeah, a lot of people get stumbled on that one.
Spot.
I've been asked about aliens. I've been asked about if the moon's real. Mostly about relationships. About jobs.
Do you think
Happiness.
it's true that you should learn to be happy by yourself before you can be in a relationship and be happy?
Yes, I think you're the only one that's going to make yourself happy. There's no one that's going to make you happy. People can bring you happiness, but you have to love yourself first, because no one's going to love you unless you love yourself.
I agree.
And keep in mind that no one's opinions matter but yours. And you can't have everyone love you, right? You only need one person to love you besides yourself, okay? Now, a lot of people take someone not liking you as rejection. Well, how can you expect everyone to like you? You can't. And for some reason, people expect everyone to like them.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. So when you understand that not everyone's going to like you, some women don't like guys with beards, right? Some women don't like older guys or younger guys, or like some guys don't like fat chicks. I know one guy that loves fat women. I mean, obesely 500-pound types. He loves them.
Is he fat?
No, he's not. But there's somebody for everybody. And if you're just honest with yourself and not be afraid to be hurt if someone doesn't like you, it'll all work out. It will work out. And of course, being positive about everything and being fantastic doesn't hurt. What guy doesn't want to fall in love with a girl who's fantastic? Right?
True.
And here's why you're fantastic, in case you didn't know. 1 is you're alive. That's being fantastic. 2 is you're young. That is freaking fantastic, because you have a whole life to do fantastic things in front of you. 3 is you're beautiful. That's fantastic.
Thank
To have those
you.
kind of looks is fantastic. 4 is you're healthy. Right?
I don't know.
You're not healthy?
I don't really eat the healthiest sometimes.
You look pretty healthy to me. You're not. 5 is you're being chauffeured to get on this modern thing called a plane to
Yeah, that's fantastic.
bring you cross country in air-conditioned comfort with a television set in front of you. That's pretty fantastic.
I do get terribly airplane sick though, but I've got medicine for that, so
Well,
it'll be okay.
and
You
one
have motion sickness?
Yeah, motions.
and you have to start convincing your mind now that you don't get air sickness.
That's what my
So you're
mom
convinced
says.
you get it, right?
Well,
That's 50% of the problem right there. You're convinced you get motion sickness, right? You believe it, correct? Now,
Yeah.
let me show you how powerful the mind is. My older son was lactose intolerant for years. He would suffer from having that ailment, and he couldn't eat the cheese. He couldn't eat all this stuff. He was physically suffering from it. Then one day, a couple years ago, he sent away for one of those not DNA tests where you learn your ancestry and learn about your body. 23andMe, and he discovered he wasn't lactose intolerant by that. And guess what? Today, he's not lactose intolerant anymore. He eats cheese, he eats everything. The mind, if it believes one thing, like if you believe you're a good-looking, successful, as I said earlier, happy person, you are. If you think you're an ugly failure and unhappy in life, you are that. If you believe you're not going to get air sick today, you won't.
Okay.
Now, did you ever wake up late because the alarm didn't go off?
Only once in freshman year.
Okay. You don't need an alarm clock in life. Next time you think you need an alarm clock and it's set for 6 a.m., tell yourself after you set the alarm that you're going to wake up at 5:59. Guess what's going to happen?
I'm going to wake up.
You're going to wake up at 5:59. The body knows exactly what's going on all the time. The mind is, first off, we all have total recall, and most people don't know that. Everyone has total recall. Very few humans can pull it out. Mary Lou Henner is the only one I know that can tell you every moment of her life in vivid detail, like she's looking at a photograph or a video.
Wow.
Everyone has that ability. We don't know how to do it, most people, but we can. And they say when you die, all that gets unreeled in that split second upon dying. So there's a lot of things we're learning about the mind. Do you ladies know about your telomeres? Do you know about your telomeres?
No.
Most people don't. The guys who discovered telomeres, the guys who discovered how aging works, which is the telomere, won the Nobel Prize for that. And you don't have to age if you don't want to, and you can reverse aging if you get your telomeres healthy. And there's lots of contributing factors to getting healthy, getting your body away from being acidic, thinking positive, exercising, eating the right foods, all these things. Meditation can reduce aging and sometimes reverse aging. And on my podcast, I talk a lot about that. Well, we're going to conclude this interview with Miranda and these young ladies in the back. Hope you enjoyed what you heard. Again, like, subscribe, share, and let's make the world a more civil place. Because when you're a fantastic person, you pollinate positivity and you cultivate civility. Thanks for watching, listening, and be fantastic, everybody. How are you?
Fantastic.
She's fantastic. How are you ladies back there?
Fantastic.
4 fantastic people in one car. That's fantastic.
Gotta say, I am fantastic. La la la. I am fantastic.
Overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good, say I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today. What you want to be, you can be. Be fantastic.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, you gotta say,